We are so close to the NFL draft. I can almost taste it. Can you taste it? Can you taste the man? That's the wrong way to say it. It's a week away as of this recording. Am I the only one who gets excited for this? I mean, I can't be. They have these draft parties or whatever you call them in every city now. I'm excited, and I'm more excited probably than anything because I probably at this point know less about what anyone is going to do in this draft or who's worthy of being selected than any year previous for a while. I'm still working my way through a lot of the prospects, but I'm a good way through already. And I've found guys I like at every position, but it's not what it's been in the past. It really isn't. So I'm curious to see how teams treat it this year, and looking back in the future, what kind of draft this could be. Certainly there's some kerfuffle about the quarterback, but I'm talking running back, wide receiver. It's a little different than I was expecting. And I guess we're just going to hang on and have a good time. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. I have a lot of draft videos coming out in the future. They will not be part of the live stream because that's not as much fun. But today, I feel like I can't not talk about the Mike Vrabel, Diana Russini nonsense. I thought it might just kind of go away, to be honest. It didn't. But it's inspired an episode that I don't think anyone is going to see coming. Let's just put it that way. No. I cut myself off. That's quality right there. Not many people would be that bold. Nobody's going to see, I think, what I'm going to do today when I talk about this. They don't have the balls to do it. Also, they really should not put that on ESPN or really, I probably shouldn't even do it. Got my tea, got my Chex Mix. I'm ready to roll. Hope you're all having a lovely day. The Mike Vrabel thing. First of all, I want to make it clear. I avoided it last week on the live stream for a very clear reason. Don't care. Hey, if random dude in the NFL or not and random woman want to explore each other's bodies, that's their business, not mine. But it keeps progressing. Things keep falling out. So I feel like I have a little bit of an opinion before I get to the oddness of what I'm going to cover. First of all, it is extremely weird. Let's all just agree on that. Professional photos, long distance lens. This is not just a random, we caught you, I'm a random person catching you in a place. No, this is an out of the way. Someone was paid, I guarantee it, to go and find this. And who are they after to do that? Is it just the scandal itself? Are they out to try and damage Mike Vrabel? Because I don't really see how this damages Mike Vrabel in any way. It damages Diana Russini, who was being investigated by her own job at The Athletic, but has now since resigned. This could impact her career. Certainly, it is impacting her career. The only thing that was slightly interesting to me about it at the time was the speculation that Diana Russini was kind of the only source and a perpetual source of constant A.J. Brown reports. And people will say she was trying to damage A.J. Brown's stock, influence him in a way to be traded to the Patriots. Come on, man. Oh, National Enquirer is the one who paid them? That's what they're saying in the chat, and I recognize you and I believe you, because that is a very National Enquirer kind of thing to do. But that also comes from a tip, I'm sure. How does this really affect A.J. Brown going there? I don't think at all, because I have contended for the longest time that based on the money that is due in A.J. Brown's contract, his trading needs to come post June 1st. That's just the way it's set up. That's not me. I didn't do that. I don't have that kind of influence. That would be sweet if I did. So the teams are going to do what they need to do in the draft independent of that. The Patriots, if they're interested in wide receiver depth, they need to go ahead and just make that happen independent of A.J. Brown. And if they can get him on top of that as their one, fantastic. They might just do that. The Eagles need to go and address wide receiver if they're even contemplating the idea of getting rid of A.J. Brown independent of that. And I think they will, if they can. They don't have to, and that's the beauty of that. Now that they pick, let me address that real quick. The Eagles are making moves, have been making moves, and just made a big move. They got Elijah Moore, which wasn't a big deal, but I like him. I liked him when he came out of college, so that's depth. They got Hollywood Brown. Okay, that's a little something. I think he's still got some decent stuff left in the tank. He's a 3 or 4. He can mix in. And then they went out and got Dontavian Wicks. And that's really when I started thinking, okay, that's not only 3, but that's a different style of receiver. They're clearly planning for something. Not that he's a 2 or even a 1 to replace A.J. Brown, just that it now gives them the comfort or the depth that they can go, if it drops to them, to get a wide receiver, and they don't have to depend on him. They may still plan on him, even if they take him in the first round, they're going to start him, but whoever they take, they have the freedom or the buffer to make mistakes. And let's be honest, Howie Roseman is not good at one thing. People give him a lot of credit for a lot of different things that he does as a GM. Drafting wide receivers that haven't won Heisman's is not one of them. Look to Jalen Reagor. Look to J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. So outside of the obvious, the guy has won a Heisman. He's not good at making those picks. So if he picks up Jordan Tyson or Mekhi Lemon or somebody who seems like a no-brainer, or he goes a little lower on somebody who is not quite as obvious, they have the freedom that if they're not quite ready to go, if they falter, or if they just need another option in the pass game, Dontavian Wicks can provide that. And Dontavian Wicks independent is a great addition to the team. I think he was a 6th or 7th round draft pick at the time for Green Bay Packers. Obviously, him coming to the Eagles has influence of Sean Mannion coming from Green Bay. He was just kind of the bottom of the rotation over there in Green Bay. You know, they draft Matthew Golden. They have Jaden Reed. Sure, they lost Dobbs, but like they've got a lot of guys. Wicks is not going to be a 1 or a 2 for them either. So, but if you look last year and even the year previous, he was a guy that they counted on in big situations, especially down the stretch, especially at the end of last year. 3rd down, 4th down, key 4th down conversions toward the end of the year. Jordan Love was looking for him, found him, and he made the catch. He's got a huge catch radius, but he's a good receiver. He is and has outplayed his draft position, I feel. So good for the Birds. I think none of that is going to influence, none of the Mike Vrabel, Diana Russini stuff is going to influence what they do with A.J. Brown. But bringing it back again, circular to where we started. What got my juices going about this whole Mike Vrabel, Diana Russini thing is not just whether they were attracted to each other or how it affects the league. It's about me personally. It's all about me. I think we can all agree on that. What I thought was, who's worth it? Who is worth exploring that kind of relationship with? Let's just assume that's what it was. Let's assume it's true, to get insider information. Which is why what we're going to do here today is rank every coach in the NFL based on how I feel I would be willing to have sex with them for insider information. I know, bold. ESPN does not have the balls to do this. Now, This is very, very important that we understand here. This is not just how pretty they are. This is also about the information, the intel that is coming to me. And it's going to have to be good. Because I have a wife. You know? I don't play for that team. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But it's going to have to be good information is what I'm saying. The juice is going to have to be worth the squeeze. I need to know what I'm squeezing. So when I say, let's go rank them, I mean, let's go rank them. Yes, my friends, if you're listening to this on the audio-only podcast, say Spotify, you're going to be missing out on what we're seeing here, which is the actual tier-based system. I wish I had pictures of the actual coaches down here. I did not have enough time to do that, unfortunately. It's just going to be logos for the teams. But we will look at these guys because I need to see them. I need to know what I'm doing. So what I have here is a tier-based system based on Weekend Resort, which is the pinnacle. I think we can all agree on that. The Mike Vrabel special package, the Weekend Resort, who I will spend an entire weekend with to get information. That's got to be the top. It's got to be. Because then it's not just about the spicy tango that we're doing. There's going to be dinners, you know, there's going to be extended periods of time where we're just going to be together, maybe couples massages. I don't know what it entails, but it's going to be romantic as crap. So, and then below that is the something extra. I really don't know why it split the G off of something, but this is no time to be troubleshooting. Something extra is going to be the next layer of maybe the intel is good, but not great. Maybe there's something extra that this coach has for me personally that I'm lacking in my life. So that's the next level. Then we drop down to the next level, which is basically the line of demarcation here between Weekend Resort and something extra. This is the line where we're not going to do the spicy tango with them now. But, as this tier will say, options open. You know, there might be some flirtatious texts or things. We're not getting into it, but I'm just keeping things. Did I spell that right? We're keeping things open so that maybe in the future we may progress to a Weekend Resort. You know, let's keep the possibility of a Weekend Resort open. I like that. You know, just a little flirtatious text here and there. You know, I'll ask him a few things like, "Hey, what do you think of this running back in this draft?" Maybe they'll tell me, maybe they won't, but we're not there yet. You know. Then we drop to the next level. Not worth it, and that's more based on the team itself. I don't care. There's nothing good enough that you can give me intel based that's going to make anything worth it. And then the bottom tier is fear. I'm afraid of you. I am terrified of you. There's no amount of intel I would be willing to do to get involved in the spicy tango with you because I might not walk away. Some of these coaches are like that, dude. So let's get into it. And let's start. Let's see. The first one on the list here at the bottom, and I'm just going to go in this whatever randomized order. Actually, I say randomized order. Looking at it now, I wonder if it was alphabetical. But let me see. Chicago. No. What they put at the bottom here? No, the Ravens are the last on this list. I don't think that would not make sense. All right, so let's start with the first one, which is the Falcons. And we're going to jump over here to the Falcons. Oh, right. Kevin Stefanski. Let's take a good look at this beautiful man here. You know what? Before I get into the team itself, I am a big fan of his beard. Not enough to be his beard, but that is a well-manicured beard. I'm a little jealous. Not only does he grow it well, but he maintains it well, and not in like an overly manicured way, like a Matt LaFleur. That's a good man beard. I'm jealous. I kind of feel like if the intel is worth it, and I mean in this picture he's literally on a walkie, so he's got information. Maybe afterward he would do my beard too. Me first, then the beard. He's got some beautiful eyes too. Now let's see. Let's back up now. We back out of the looks themselves and think about the team. The Falcons. What is going on with the Falcons? Well, being that Stefanski was already interesting with the Browns, but it was the Browns, I'm kind of interested to see where the Falcons go this year because they seem like they're on the cusp of being goodish, of being good, being a wild card type team, and then things keep kind of falling apart right at the last second. The James Pierce thing in particular this year, or this offseason, one of the weirder things to happen in the league, to see a guy I was really high on, especially in IDP leagues like that. I thought that was going to be the next dude to tear up NFL offenses. Turns out he's going to tear up a lot more than that. He's going to go to jail possibly. So, where do we rank Kevin himself? I know what, he's going to be the first one. Oh no, it grabbed the whole board. This is how good I am at this. Oh, I see what I did wrong. Right? Yeah. I'm going to go with the something extra. I'm going to get into it with Kevin Stefanski. I think the something extra is the beard. Yeah, you're right. The Falcons do get injured quite a bit. Maybe I'll get injured getting involved with them. Oh my gosh. Spicy Tango weekend. I walk away with a nice beard, but a pulled hammy. Hammy's not code for something else. Okay, so that's our first one off the board. Fantastic. Look out, Kevin Stefanski. You got my number. All right, next, Arizona Cardinals. Oh. I felt one kind of way about this team with Jonathan Gannon before. Wonder if I feel different now that they got a different coach. Let's take a look at the other LaFleur. Oh, right. Mike LaFleur. Too many LaFleurs. Oh, that's, not the way that's broadcasting. That is, well, I guess that actually kind of makes sense. I was going to say on the broadcast, it's totally shoving the neck down. That's not fair. That's really not fair. Let's just go back to here and I'll look a picture of him up myself. Mike LaFleur. Oh, that's a weird picture, dude. I don't think that's doing him any favors. I don't know what's going on there. All right, so he's not a hideous man, and he's young-ish, which is nice. Maybe he's nimble, he's still got his wits about him. He's gonna need them. All right, let's see here. Falcons. What am I doing with the Falcons? The Falcons Falcons. I already did the Falcons. This is how much I'm into this. The Cardinals, they're interesting, but they're not like Intel interesting. I kind of just like watching them from a distance. I think I'm going to have to throw that in the options open category because kind of one of the most interesting things about them was Kyler Murray. And now that he's gone, I mean, we'll see what they do in this draft, but do I need intel on Jacoby Brissett or their running back situation, which is interesting, but not enough that I'm going to get involved. All right. I think that's enough for them. Let's move on to the Buffalo Bills. Whoa, boy. The Buffalo Bills. That was interesting with Sean McDermott. That is still interesting with Joe Brady. Not for their looks. Come on, guys. I'm not that shallow. We'll get there. But the actual team itself, perennially, that's a good word, on the cusp of getting to an AFC championship. They either are almost there or are there. It's just, what does it take to get them over the top? Well, they seem to think that it took getting rid of their coach and promoting from within, which I gotta say I'm a little envious of. Not because they did it. I don't know if that was the right move for them, but because sometimes I already feel that way about my team, the Eagles, with Nick Sirianni, who I constantly question. What do you do for this team? And now everybody's all up in Sean Mannion's crunch. They're thrilled. They think he's going to be the next big head coach at some point. He just got his first offensive coordinator position. Isn't that crazy? And I'm already dreaming of him eventually replacing Sirianni. That's probably going to come back to haunt me in 6 months, a year. But let's stay on task. The ADHD is strong today. You know what? I think. Let me go see what Joe Brady looks like. Let's start there. Why do we still have LaFleur? Brady. Oh, there's no picture for him on Wikipedia. You jerks. Oh, we can find him. Oh, we can. Oh, that's right. I forgot what he looked like. Like I haven't seen him 100 times before. Usually with a hat on. You know what? He's not hideous. I'll tell you that. I'm going to go. Come back to me, Tier. I'm going to go ahead and put Joe Brady. Yeah, he's the first one. Weekend Resort. I need to know what's going on with the Bills, and I'm willing to do what it takes to get that information. Plus, he kind of seems like a bro. Not like a bad bro, but like a good bro. One that maybe afterwards we're going to, I don't know, go to a hot dog eating competition together or something. 2 on the nose. All right. Let's move on to the Carolina Panthers. Whoa. Which I'm already, let me think, hesitant about. Because the first thing I think of is David Tepper, but that's not what this is about. Probably spend as very little time with him as possible. Right. Canales. That is going to be a very interesting one to think about. Because where is Dave? Oh, Dave. Wow, this list. What order is this? It's in alphabetical order of the team. So, Carolina Panthers should be at the top. This is how my brain works. And there's no picture. How dare you, Wikipedia? Everything should be pictures of Dave Canales, who I may have called Dan at some point. I already know what he looks like. He's a handsome man. Yeah, look at that. My gosh. And cuts his own hair. That's skill. Look at him. Come here, Dave, Dan, whatever your name is. The problem is he's also like super buff. Which is, hey, I applaud you. I wish I had the time to work out more, but I guess you have more time when you're the head coach of the Arizona or Carolina Panthers. But I'm a little afraid of him. What's he gonna do to me? Oh, I don't know. Well, I'm still stuck on his looks. All right, let's go back to the Carolina Panthers themselves. They are actually interesting now. Backed into the playoffs last year. Still, as far as I'm concerned, chaos. People will say, no, they're good now. I've seen that a lot, especially on my last video I made. They're good now. Are they good now? They backed into the playoffs only on a win of a division rival. They still have questions about their quarterback. They still feel kind of chaotic. I'm not saying they're bad like they used to be, but are they good now? There's a lot going on there. You know what? I think I'm interested. I think I'm willing to put forth the effort for you guys. I'm willing to go there because we are a team, and I will take one for the team, as I would probably literally be doing for this. I'm going to put him into something extra because I'm willing to put forth the time and energy. Maybe even afterward, he's going to cut my hair and show me a good workout regimen. Either way, I win because I'm getting probably some information about an interesting team. And I get to run my hands through that awesome hair. Chicago Bears. This is going to take forever at this rate. I'm going to have to speed this up. Chicago Bears. Oh, God, Ben Johnson. Oh, Long Johnson. You know what? That's straight to fear. And come on, man. Work with me. What are you doing? Do I need my mouse? I'm straight to fear on that one. I don't know what it is. Every time I see a shot of Ben Johnson, he just looks so displeased, like an angry judging parent, and I just don't care for him. And I kind of don't care what's going on with the Bears. I don't want to get in the same room with him. Maybe he's actually very nice in real life. I don't know that. I've never been in the room with him. It's just never come up in my daily life. But I'm not willing to go there right now, so I'm afraid of him. Cowboys. Oh, who's that coach now? It's Brian Schottenheimer. Too many letters. I don't like that. People have a problem with my last name. It's nowhere near the amount of letters as Schottenheimer. I think Fox ran out of fonts putting it across the screen. So, you know what? It's not just my hatred for the Cowboys and all things Cowboys or anything pointy. I don't think it's worth it. Nothing against Brian Schottenheimer. I don't think it's worth it to do anything to find out information about the Cowboys for the simple fact that Jerry Jones will tell us anyway. That's it. That's the whole thing. He's just going to literally tell us anyway. So why bother? I wouldn't even spend the money on gas to get there. You know what? Even if he came to me, still not good enough. That's easy. Lions. Fear. You kidding me? Dan Campbell. Are you kidding me? That dude is respect for Dan Campbell. Respect what he did with the Lions. But that's like climbing into the octagon. No, thank you. Okay. The Houston Texans are, D'Amico Ryans. I like him. He has a smile. It lights up a room. He should be a poster on the wall in a dentist office. He's just got such a beautiful smile. He's got something extra. You know what? There's intrigue there. I just think he's a nice guy. We're going to have good conversations. He's going to give me some good skinny intel on CJ Stroud and what's going on there. And there's a lot of intrigue on that. We might be headed towards the final year for CJ. I don't want to say final year like he's out of the league, but like this is a kind of a shit or get off the pot kind of year for CJ Stroud. He's done well. He did great in his rookie year. He's done well-ish to this point, but they're going to have to see a little something extra from him, I think, this year. Or next draft is going to be interesting to see what they do at the quarterback position. Not that they outright replace him, but they start thinking about things. So I'm in. Indianapolis Colts. Steichen. You know, I'm going to go with options open on Steichen because it's a little bit of chaos. I mean, they tried to tamp it down, but let's be honest. It is what it is. If they didn't have a quarterback going into this season, Shane Steichen's not going to have a job. He was already on the hot seat when Danny Dimes came in last year, and now they overpaid. I think we all know that. You don't have to be a football fan to know they overpaid for Daniel Jones to come back this year, and they had to. I don't slight them for that. They had to do it, but I don't know. Not that it's not worth it, but like what to expect from him this year because he played up last year. Great for them, great for him, although he did start to kind of get figured out by the end of the year before the injury, but he's coming back from injury. I don't expect the same this year, so I'm keeping my options open with Steichen, and I especially do not want to cross that line with a head coach who is possibly gone by next year, you know? I don't want to have to explain things to my wife, you know, about a coach that isn't even there anymore. It has to be worth it. So Raiders, Pete Carroll gone. It is now Clint Kubiak. Ooh, first year head coach. Well, not afraid of him. That's for sure. I do kind of want to see the ring. The Super Bowl ring. Get your mind out of the gutter. We're trying to rank head coaches for sex here. I'm going to keep my options open with him. The Raiders are perpetually bad, but I'm rooting for them for no real reason. I hate seeing bad teams stay bad forever. There's got to be a point where enough is enough and they get a little bit of at least mediocrity. I want the Raiders to do a little better. Do they deserve it? I don't know. Does anyone? All right, Saints. Kellen Moore, who I've always likened to a ventriloquist dummy. Not because he's stupid. It's just that look. But I like him. I actually do like him. He's a good coach. I predicted that he would become a head coach, which was not a bold prediction. Everybody said that. But I knew he would do it after the Eagles 1 year as an OC, because that's just what you do. In Philly, you either suck as an OC and you get fired, or you ascend immediately. That's just how it happens. So Kellen Moore with the Saints. Ooh. I don't think he provides anything extra, and I don't find a lot of great intrigue with the Saints yet. I'm going to keep options open or not worth it. Cowboys are looking awful lonely down there with not worth it. I'm going to keep my options open. Somebody's going to have to win the NFC South. And I know I kind of threw my ass in the arena with the Falcons here, but let's just put them over there. New York Giants. Harbaugh again. See, I'm a bit of a Ravens fan too, based on where I live. But I was kind of done with Harbaugh. Yeah, I'm going to say not worth it. I don't even know if I can really properly explain that one to you guys, but I don't know that Jim, whichever one he is. John? I don't know. I don't have time to slow down to find out. Whichever John or Harbaugh that is with the Giants, I don't think anything is worth knowing there. And I feel like a lot of things are already obvious as well. We have our quarterback in Jackson Dart. People are chitter-chattering about whether or not Cam Scadaboo is going to get replaced already, which I find fascinating and ridiculous. It's just not a lot there that you can't kind of already see coming. Chargers. Oh, we went from Harbaugh to Harbaugh practically. Let's see. I'm actually a little afraid of that one. I'm afraid of the brother. I'm afraid not of him physically, but I feel like I'm going to go, all right, whichever Harbaugh you are, I'm going to need some good info after this. And then he's just going to open a drawer in the middle of it. Just this random drawer. And I'm not going to like what's inside it. I also don't find the Chargers that fascinating as a team. I like them. But I don't find them interesting. Pittsburgh Steelers. No more Tomlin. Now we got, Mike McCarthy. No, not worth it. Not worth it. I can't. They are interesting as a team, but also they still have that Aaron Rodgers stink to him. He's still there. And I feel like if they got, that one could easily change if they got a young, better quarterback for the future, a different coach. I would pump them up a little. Seahawks coming off their Super Bowl run. Who's their coach again? Right. McDonald. I'm willing to go there. Weekend resort. Our second weekend resort finally. We got the Bills and we got the Seahawks. I will spend a weekend with you, Mike McDonald. Just to find out things. I know you just won the Super Bowl, but that was not a given. It's not a given you're going to go back this year. I find intrigue there. Washington Commanders. Dan Quinn and the Commanders. There is a lot of intrigue there with the Commanders. Also, again, based on my location, against my will, I do watch Commanders games sometimes. I do keep tabs on the team for fantasy purposes, so I have investments in the team, like some of the players. I'm not going to give them a weekend at a resort, especially not with Dan Quinn. That sounds like hell. Nothing but backwards hats. I bet he wears a backwards hat during. That's just rude. Have some decorum, you know? Pinkies up at least, something. Pinkies up in the air, not what you were thinking. What is wrong with this audience? All right, I'm going to go not worth it. Jets, that's an easy one. Not worth it. What could possibly make it worth it for the Jets? And I poop on them constantly. It's not because I don't like the Jets. They have really pretty uniforms. Vikings. Ooh, oh, weekend resort. Easily. Come on, Kevin O'Connell. My goodness. That's a handsome man. And who knows what the hell's going on with the Vikings. They're another one, much like the Falcons. They're always kind of knocking and kind of not. It's like they're knocking on the door from the street. It's very strange. You know what? Mike Vrabel himself, the man who was the impetus for all this, I'm afraid of. If he were to knock on my door right now, not only would I not open it, I might run out the back, hop the fence, and keep running. Not assuming that he showed up for sex, but just in general, I'm already afraid. He's a bear. He looks like I don't mean to disparage him. He's physically, he's imposing. He looks like a bear. And I'm not tussling with a bear. This is not the Revenant. You saw what happened to Leo. He limped away. Yeah, he lived, but at what cost? What stories is he going to be telling his grandchildren someday? I'm not telling my grandkids about tussling with Mike Vrabel. My God. He's probably hairy like a bear, too. All right, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Where's the list? Why don't I know? Is it still Bowles? I feel like that's inexplicably, yeah. Still Bowles. That's amazing to me. I don't think he's a bad coach. I just don't know that he's going to get them where they need to go. He feels almost kind of like a Doug Peterson in a way, where like they're a good coach. If they go to a horrible team, they can elevate them to mediocrity. But then you kind of need to move on. I'm going to put Todd Bowles and the Tampa Bay Bucks in the not worth it. Oh, man. Miami Dolphins. I would have been very intrigued on this one if Mike McDaniels was still there. Oh, man. That would have been very intriguing to watch Rain Man tap dance on my ass. But let's see. Who is it now? It's new guy, Miami. Wish I could remember some of these guys. Thought I was doing well there for a while. Jeff Hafley. That's why I didn't remember it. He's forgettable. He's got some interesting hair. I know that much. We find him real quick just for the peoples who are watching. Hafley. Yeah, this hair, man. Well, here it doesn't look so bad. It's kind of tight, but I've seen it poofy, looking like a sail. That's fine. A haircut. When you can fix a man with a haircut and nothing else, I think most women would be thrilled for that. Some men have much deeper flaws, like live casting or live streaming, whatever that's called. I don't care. Miami Dolphins, Jeff Hafley, we are going to have to move them to... Oof. There are at least options open. I think there's intrigue in the Miami Dolphins, what they're doing, especially this year. It's chaos. He doesn't have something extra. I'm just going to say that now. So I feel like it's going to be options open because I can't see spending a weekend resort situation with a brand new head coach. You know, it's not like they're going to the playoffs or anything. If they did, that would be weekend resort so quick. Well, hello, Jen, and welcome. Happy Thursday, everybody. Should I start saying that from now on? Have I been saying that in the past? I'm going to let you be the person who does the bookkeeping on that. All right, options open. I don't want to spend too much time on the Dolphins. Jaguars. Oh, yeah. Liam Cohen. What do we think about Liam Cohen as a head coach? Clearly good. I don't think you can refute that. They've been so bad. Jags are one in particular that were bad for a while there. Even that one year where they kind of popped up and then they went right back down like a whack-a-mole. They've just not been that good for a while, probably since, I don't know, Coughlin? Has it been that long? And I'm happy for him. Good for you. By all measure, as long as Liam Cohen and Trevor Lawrence can continue to coexist, they got a good thing going there. They're probably on the right side of the playoffs from now on. I'm going to make that bold assertion. I don't think it's that bold. So, Liam, do I care about inside? Yeah, you know what? I do. I do care about inside information. And he's a little bug-eyed. He's a little freaky, but maybe he's funny. Maybe Liam Cohen is secretly funny. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt here, because usually you have to see something extra before you say they have something extra. I think he's secretly funny. And I'll tell you right now, Kansas City Chiefs right into this something extra. Because I've thought about this one. And now you may be wondering, how could I climb up on Santa's chest like that? Well, it's not all about looks with me. I know I give that impression. But when I think of Andy Reid, and remember he was the head coach for the Eagles for years, I think he's got something extra. I think he's a really good cuddler. And if he wants to low talk through that mustache while cuddling some secret info about the Chiefs, yeah, that's worth it. I'm in. Denver Broncos. Ooh, Sean Payton is a tough one. He's going to bring that clipboard, you know it. It's going to have so many plays. He's going to overthink it. Do I care? I do care what's going on with the Broncos because they were so close to getting to the show. You know what? I'm going to put the Denver Broncos and Sean Payton in the weekend resort category. And I do it a little scared that he's just going to waste my weekend. That's it. I don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze on that one, but we'll risk it. I guess that's what Diana Russini was doing. Sometimes it might not be worth it, but other times it might be, and you just got to keep hammering it in there, you know? The journalism. Cincinnati Bengals. Ooh, Zach Taylor. Is he lucky to still have a job? I feel like he kind of is. I feel like when you have what I consider the best quarterback in the league, but you know what? They also don't build that team correctly. That's kind of the thing that gets lost. You can have the great wide receivers. Joe Burrow is fantastic as long as he doesn't get hurt. The Bengals don't have a defense, and probably neither does Zach Taylor. I bet he lets me go whole hog. You know what? I'm gonna go weekend retreat with him too. And now that I'm thinking about this and looking at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, I've got 5 weekend resorts planned. There's only so many weekends in a year. But Dirty Diana, that was not me. That was in the chat. Dirty Diana. I don't want to disparage the poor female because it's not fair. I don't really know what's going on there. But yeah, this is how people get nicknames. Tennessee Titans. Oh, yeah. Who did they get? They got rid of Coach, forget his name. I never learned his name because I knew he was never going to stick. Oh, Robert Saleh. Right. Retread. I got a whole video in the pipeline right now. I shouldn't say in the pipeline. I'm starting it on our retread coach is worth it. And I can't wait to find out the answer, to be honest, because I do feel one way or the other about it. I'm going to wait for the info to really decide. And then you guys can make your own decision, really. But the Tennessee Titans with Robert Saleh, you know, I'm going to say options open. I was teetering on not worth it because I feel like the Titans have also been very bad for a while. But options open. Maybe we'll find out that Robert Saleh just needed the not Jets to succeed. Cam Ward has tons of potential. Let's just keep our lines of communication open. Find out where they go. Maybe we'll book a weekend resort in the future. Maybe picking out luggage together, me and Robert. Do you think you'll let me call him Bob then? Bobby. Bobby Salads. Toss your Bobby. No. Okay. San Francisco 49ers. Oh, Kyle Shanahan. He doesn't have something extra, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, I have to at least go options open on that one. Weekend resort with Kyle? Let me take it for a test drive. Hello. Yes, I'm here. I have a room reserved under Kyle. Doesn't feel right. Mr. Shanahan? K. Shanny? Hello. I have a name. I have a room and a name. No, it doesn't feel right. I'm going to go options open. I want to say more. I think what's holding me back there is more so Kyle himself. I don't know, man. Cleveland Browns, let's just be honest with ourselves. Another team that not worth it. They're another bad team. I want to do better. I want them to climb out of the cellar, but come on, man. Plus it's their new coach who, again, they have a feel sometimes when they come in that you go, this guy's going to last a year. I don't think he's a bad coach. He just got that feel. Art's not going to be there next year. I'd be shocked if he was. And also, he's not set up for success. I mean, unless Shador Sanders becomes Jesus Christ himself, football Jesus, sorry, don't mean to offend, football Jesus, which we all thought was Trevor Lawrence, but he cut the hair, so that's right out. Green Bay Packers. Too much barbering going on with that coach, but maybe he'll let me lather him up and shave him. You know what? There's love in Green Bay. There can be love over the weekend, too. We'll put him there. Weekend resort for LaFleur. But if he brings his brother, deal's off. Los Angeles Rams. Sean McVay. Come on now. That tiny king. Yeah, boy. Weekend resort. I think the only thing that would spoil it would be his voice to me. Sounds a lot like John Gruden. Am I the only one on this? Every time I hear Sean McVay, who is a very likable guy, I think. He's a smart guy. I like the Rams. They're another team I cheer for. But every time he talks, man, he always sounds more like John Gruden. And I'm like, is it because you were around him and it just rubbed off on you? Or were you always that way? I don't know. It's a little annoying, but maybe I get over it. Philadelphia Eagles. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is when you really got to hunker down and think about what are your convictions. It's my team, but is it worth it? I'll tell you right now, I don't think so. In fact, I'm teetering between not worth it and fear. I'm going to go fear. I'm a little afraid of Nick Sirianni in intimate settings. I think he's dangerous. I don't mean like romantically, like he's going to break my heart. I mean like something dark behind the eyes. I don't know, man. I can't really explain it. I just kind of feel like maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if I got in the room with him, he's got a warm heart. We get along. I don't get it though when he's taunting fans and all that. I feel like he's the kind of guy who has a secret gun, like things hidden around his house as a just in case. I don't get a warm feeling about that. Yeah, that's fear. And then, finally we come to the Baltimore Ravens. Thank God this is coming to an end. This took way longer than I thought it would. I guess I gave it a little too much thought for the average bear. Jesse Minter. Young, smart dude. Everyone seems to be in on him. Will I let him in? We need info from the Ravens. Are we willing to get it? You know what? Again, first-year head coach. Options open. Options open with it's Jesse, right? Jesse Minter. Is it really Jesse Minter? Why am I Baltimore? For some reason now I'm thinking Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad. Yeah, Jesse. It's not the toughest sounding name. Jesse Minter. Minter sounds good. Mincer. Jack Mincer. See, I can fix him. I can fix him right now. Jack Mincer. That's a guy. Mincemeat. Jack's going to make mincemeat out of you. Not on a resort weekend, though. Yeah, that could escalate. We'll see by next year. Maybe next year, Jack Mincer. See? It's going to stick. Okay, so there are the 32 teams ranked. Just in case for anyone who might be listening on the audio, and we got a resort weekend booked for 7 teams. The Bills, the Seahawks, the Vikings, the Broncos, the Bengals, the Packers, and the Rams. My brain broke there for a second. That's why I paused. It wasn't dramatic. It literally, something fired, and I kept thinking about, like, pound cake. Yeah, that's a good amount of weekend resorts to plan. I probably am going to have to upgrade my luggage, and I'm going to need something with a lot of compartments. The fear is strangely not that strong. I'm afraid of a lot of things. Spiders, snakes, Mike Vrabel. So that's the Bears, Lions. And I feel like we all can agree on the Lions. Like, no one... Is there a Mrs. Dan Campbell? She's doing God's work. Then the Chargers, the Patriots, and the Eagles. Yeah, that's a good list. So this is what we get. This is what we get from screwing up and clicking the wrong button to restart the whole show. This is what we get from the Mike Vrabel, Diana Russini scandal. It's in every article now. People won't stop talking about it. It's been, what, a week, 10 days? This thing is still going on. There's still things coming out of it. And I don't want to talk about it anymore. I chose not to talk about it last week on purpose. It's not like I just didn't know about it. But what can be gained? You know? It's not actual football. I know I get into the sides of football, things around it in the periphery, but it's people's lives. And there's only so much I feel like I can dip my toe in and make fun of. And I just did a lot. I just did more than the average bear to make fun of it, I think. So hopefully it goes away soon. There's a lot of draft stuff going on. We have, like I said, 1 week. 1 week from today until the draft actually starts and things actually start getting real for our 2026 NFL season. And that's very exciting. So I have no idea what I have planned for next week. I do not actually plan these until like the day before. And that's kind of the beauty of the live stream. While I am planning all kinds of draft videos to come out, while I am working on my next actual longer format video for what is currently Retread Coaches and Are They Worth It? Live stream is just kind of an update. Hi, how you doing? Connect with you guys. Good to see some of our regulars here in the chat. Thanks for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Thanks for leaving comments. I still have yet to figure out why I'm doing these other than just to connect with you guys and say hi. But hopefully it grows into something, because as I've learned, you never know what one thing is going to turn into in the future. So thanks for stopping by. Thanks for spending some of your day with me. I hope you have a lovely week. And do me a favor and say hi to your mom for me. Peace.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.